Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. Listen, you know the vibes. What is up, woke family? It's your boy Woke Bucks, and I'm back again with another live stream. Listen, guys, we got a lot to talk about tonight. For what I'm saying, I don't know if y'all can hear me. If y'all can hear me, I'm saying for the one in the chat for me. But yeah, we're gonna basically be talking about Andrew Tate's lawyer coming out and exposing all of the people who claim that he was apparently involved in sex trafficking, which obviously on the space and the Bill, we don't believe that. But I'm gonna give y'all my thoughts. We're gonna watch a little bit of the video from Fresh and Fit. Shout out to Fresh and Fit, and then from there, I'm gonna give y'all my thoughts, my opinions. But let's get into this video, man. Y'all share the like button, share this video, share this live stream. Let's get into it. All right, let's do it.
Go ahead and recap what the hell's been going on, because if you guys, been living under a rock or you guys don't know the facts and
Wait, hold on, guys.
circumstances of the case, I'm going to go ahead. And bring you guys up to speed right now on everything.
Yeah. I can't hear the audio. Can y'all hear it?
Guys know.
Give me 1 second. All right, hold on 1 second, guys. I'm gonna take off my headphones to see if this works. All right. Let's see if this is better. 1 second.
Back in late December, right around on or about December 29th, the Romanian law enforcement Tate, okay, went ahead and served a search at Andrew and Tristan's home in Romania. Okay, when they did the search, basically what it allows them to do is, right, the police and the prosecutors, whenever they do a search, they're able to.
I mean, one thing you guys have to understand that is that the Romanian government is not like the United States government, where you have to have a warrant to come in, right? What the Romanian government literally did, right? The police, they felt like they had reasonable suspicion, and they basically used a battering ram and barged into these people's house, right, the Tates, and basically arrested them. That's crazy. You have to understand, in other countries, you're guilty until proven innocent. So a girl can literally come out and say that you're raping her, and they feel like that's enough for them to be able to do what they can do to you. So always be aware of those things. You feel what I'm saying?
Detain the suspects of the case for 24 hours. Within that 24 hours, they're supposed to go ahead and gather evidence to, to allow them to detain the individuals for 30 days. Now, a lot of this information has come out, and just like I predicted when we first broke this story for y'all, they basically detained Andrew and Tristan, not so much on evidence, rather on past videos, their ability to be flight risk according to them, their passports,
and false witnesses,
their money, etc., false witnesses, all this other stuff. So, like I said before, it wasn't necessarily so much evidence that got them detained for 30 days, rather their ability to leave, okay? Because as you guys know, they have a home in Dubai, they have multiple passports, they travel all the time. They're very adamant about being able to be mobile, being able to get to different places, and being able to put yourself in a position where you can't necessarily be held to one location should something happen to you, right? So, that, right, as you guys know, this is documented on many interviews, many different courses in the past, etc. They use that, right, to kind of validate their reasons why they need to hold these guys. Then we got another update that some of their cars in Romania were seized and taken. Yep. And this is customary, guys, just to let y'all know, this is nothing out of the ordinary. This is something that typically happens anytime a criminal investigation is conducted in Romania and there were proceeds that occurred from the, potential criminal activity. The charges that we know of are organized, operating an organized participating in organized criminal activity,
money laundering.
Well, they didn't formally charge them with money laundering yet. That was like a rumor. Human trafficking and rape. Okay, so up to this point, guys, there was no one time won't kill us. Up to this point, guys, the lawyer, right? And we haven't heard anything from Andrew's side, right? We only kind of knew what the media had put out. We kind of figured out, what Vice had put out. People have kind of been taking this and saying, oh, you know what, Andrew is a human trafficker.
And for those of you who don't know who Vice is basically this short white dude with the beard that basically was on one of their emergency meeting, right? Andrew and Tristan's Andrew's brother. They basically have a podcast called Emergency Meeting, in which they basically talk about current events and how to prepare and make yourself into the best version of yourself. So they basically had this dude on. This dude was a snake behind sheep's clothing, right? Wolf in sheep's clothing, who basically exploited them after they had apparently trafficked women, which is obviously not true, and made a hit piece on them, like most other people like Ethan D. Klein, L3, all these guys. So it just goes to show you, when you're a man that spreads positivity and tries to mobilize military-age men and to not get them to be sad, depressed, and off themselves, the Matrix is going to attack you, and they're trying to push and push and push as hard as possible to get him indicted, and it's not going to work because God lives. Let's continue.
Trafficker, people coming out with some allegations, unsubstantiated, of course. And like I said before, when it rains, it pours, and people are trying to go ahead and clout chase and make some money and tear his name down and Tristan and say a bunch of stuff that, quite frankly, aren't unfounded. A lot of people are opportunists. I remember this happened to us when we were getting attacked back like a year and a half ago, 2 years. Back in August of 2021. People were making hit pieces on us left and right because we're hot in the algorithm and they can go ahead and get some AdSense on us. So people are going to spread lies to go ahead and, make money. That's just the internet, unfortunately. So we're here to kind of give you all the facts of what the hell is really going on. But that's a general summary of what went down, guys. So right now, as we speak, Andrew and Tristan are being held in police custody in Bucharest and under basically what they call like a preventative arrest. Okay, because they don't want them to. There's a couple of main reasons for this. One, they don't want them to influence the witnesses. Two, they don't want them to impact the investigation. And then number three, they don't want them to leave Romania. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So once again, all right, this does not necessarily mean that they're guilty. What it really means is the Romanian government is scared that these guys have the means, capabilities, and resources to leave the country and avoid prosecution. That's really the main reason to me, which in itself does not mean that they're guilty. You can't be guilty for having multiple passports and having money.
But the media itself, let's say, for example, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, are posting Andrew Tristan in a bad light. Because once again, if you sell people a bad image of somebody or bad karma, whatever you want to call it, because remember, people hate Andrew. Let's put it out there. He looks bad in this position. He's arrested for these charges. All these things are being put out there, and they have no evidence to back it up. It's in Romania. Some people can't even translate what's happening with the actual articles. So it's funny because at this point, they're just posting whatever they can to get clicks and views.
Yeah. So yeah, guys. And
family, you know what's the sad part about all of this, man? The sad part about all of this is that I was literally watching a video earlier today. And it was basically a lot of people, not even a lot of people, but two people, I think a white dude and a black dude, who went to Romania, right? Or they're from Romania. And they were basically interviewing like everyday Romanians, asking them what are their thoughts on Andrew and Tristan getting arrested. And a lot of them, unfortunately, were actually happy. And it just goes to show you that people don't want to see you win. People don't want to see you succeed. So you have to bear that in mind, that even in an Eastern country that you would expect to be more traditional, that they themselves are plotting on your downfall. You feel what I'm saying? Like, bear that in mind.
And here's the other thing too. The charges, which we're going to go over right now, actually with the lawyer, okay, are not strong. And we're going to go over that right now. We're going to pull up this video. So I got this video earlier this morning, right? And as you guys know, we typically do a Money Monday on Mondays. But I was like, dude, we got to put this out because the mainstream media is not going to put this out. They're not going to put this interview out. They're not going to go ahead and go through the trouble of translating it and breaking it down for you guys. So we will, okay? We have the platform. We're gonna do right by our friends and put the truth out there because everyone and their mom is piling on trying to demonize these guys.
This is one platform that's going to speak the truth about Andrew Tristan, not any false lies or whatever.
All right, so this video right here, guys, and go ahead, Chris, so we can show the title. It's the lawyer of the Tate brothers, Eugen Vidiniak, and I apologize if I mispronounced that.
Bro.
Breaks the silence.
Whatever your name is, we got you, bro. But shout out to Festify, man, for putting in work as well.
Yeah,
Good channel on YouTube.
Yeah, so, but this is from, go back, this is a...
Festify put out a video as well, too, basically giving it out. Shout out to Festify. You can go on YouTube and search up FESIFY or FESIFY. They basically give you a full detailed breakdown, but we're just going to react to this, like I said before, again, Woke Family, on the English translation of what Andrew and Tristan's lawyers have said about the prosecution. So let's continue.
Romanian channel right here. And guys, it's crazy because you can't really find this video. If you try to search this video, you can't find it in YouTube. I'll go pause.
There's only a few channels that I've seen post this.
Chris, show the actual channel. Like,
they want to see the details, Chris. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. It's from, what is this? From Ganzi?
Honestly, we could have did Festify's video, but this fine.
Yeah, this is the original joint.
Okay, cool.
That's why I got this one.
Cool.
All right. So, okay. So let's go ahead and play this thing, guys. So I took some timestamps of it. Chris, you got to hit the sound.
I know.
Thanks.
Well, it's playing like a lot of his intro, so.
Yeah, okay. All right. So
yeah, it was pretty loud.
So this is attorney, guys. He's doing a sit-down interview, and he talks about the case. So we could go ahead and just go right to 35, right around 30 seconds, Chris. Yeah, right there is cool. All right. She asked him, hold on. She asked him, have you had access to the file? Okay, and guys, this interview is done in Romanian, so I'm going to go ahead and read it for you guys, especially the guys that are listening to this on audio. Have you had access to the file? What she means by that is the criminal file, the evidence against Andrew and Tristan.
Yeah.
And he's saying, no. Guys, this right there is a red flag. It's been almost 2 weeks now at this point.
Yep.
How the hell has he not had access to the file? How can you properly, and any type of legal defense, any type.
Like, think about it. Real talk, Woke Family. He's the lawyer of the Tates, and he doesn't even have access to the criminal file. So how do you expect him to be able to figure out what the situation is and see how he can be able to bail them out and help them out? That just goes to show you that that's the number one hole that you can poke into the prosecution in regards to them basically coming up with false allegations.
Type of criminal case, the defense needs to have access to the evidence against their client. Like, you cannot defend what you do not know. Right. This is the process. This is called the discovery process of the United States, right? Which has serious legal ramifications if you don't provide everything to the defense. But the fact that he doesn't even have the file, right, is problematic at best.
I'll tell you one thing. Andrew is right. Romania is corrupt. You know? That's happening right now.
Something's wrong here, right?
Off. Yeah.
So, okay. So he goes, Dear Miss Angelescu, unfortunately, no, because she asked him, do you have the file? I want to specify that the Tate brothers were charged. Let's keep going.
Fraților Tate li s-a schimbat.
Were changed, excuse me, from witnesses to suspects and from suspects to defendants on the evening of December 29, 2022, to date until which they had the status of witnesses so that they would not have the possibility to study the file. Okay? So as you guys can see, they were originally witnesses, just like Andrew and Tristan told y'all back in April when they originally did that search. Okay?
Yeah.
Then they went ahead and turned them to suspects, then defendants on the 29th when the judge decided, yes, we're going to hold them for 30 days. All right. So they're detained when the Tate prosecutor informed them of their status as defendants and issued a detention order. Okay. And Tate, as you guys know, is their version of the Department of Justice out there in Romania. It's the prosecutors and the police kind of working together. All right, let's go ahead. Okay. You can play a little bit of sound, Chris. You can just lower the volume. So that on December 30th at 2 p.m. a deadline will be set to discuss the proposal to issue a preventative arrest warrant. All right. Pause. And we knew this, guys, because they had 24 hours from when they arrested them, to come up with the evidence to justify if they can be held another 30 days. And that was up to the judge. So the prosecution was able to establish.
I'm going to be honest with you. The reason why they held them for another 30 days is because they knew that if they left from Romania to Dubai, where they live as well too, they weren't going to be able to come back after them. So they felt like they needed to do this in order to be able to get them now. And it's disgusting.
Established, these guys are flight risk, blah, 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 blah. The judge thought it was enough. and he decided we're going to hold you for 30 days. Andrew's attorney, this guy, did file an appeal, which they should be going to court on actually tomorrow on the 10th. Okay. It was originally set for last week, but now it's going to be the 10th where they're going to decide if that appeal went through and they can be released. If not, they're going to have to continue to sit that 30 days. And then at that 30 days, that's when they're going to reconvene and be like, okay, you have more evidence to substantiate them staying in jail for another 30 days. And if they don't, they might get house arrest. They might be allowed to check in every week. There's different ways that the Romanian law allows for people to be released after preventative detention. But regardless, they're trying to get them out. Okay. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and hit continue. Actually, we can lower the volume even more, Chris, so that they can hear me speak and translate. So okay, for a period of 30 days, and we had the opportunity as defenders to study the prosecution for only 45 minutes, guys.
What does that mean, Myron?
What that
you barely got to study the case
to me. So they get detained, right? They get detained, and for them to prepare, listen, we don't want them to be detained for 30. They get detained for 24 hours, and they're preparing for this hearing where they're going to potentially be held for 30 days. And they had the opportunity to study the prosecution file for only 45 minutes.
Exactly.
Mind you, this is a 100+ page document.
Facts.
Right? So that's strange. And that's off as well. Like, how are you only going to get access to it for that small period of time? And that also goes to show more than likely why the Tates were held for 30 days. The defense wasn't even able to look at the charges and the evidence against them properly. 45 minutes right before the hearing? Ludicrous.
Wow.
All right, let's keep going.
What can you do?
Okay, so before we start the hearing, at which time we also became aware of the content of the proposal for a preventative arrest, which was over 100 pages long. So in those 100 pages, they wrote why they think that the Tates need to be held for 30 days. The first searches took place, as I know, in April 2022, when several computers, laptops, now the woman's asking him this, all right? So she's asking, everything that was found there was seized during the search. During this period, while they were witnesses until December 29th, were these goods returned to them? And we know the answer to this one, guys.
No.
That's when the girl accused him. Right?
Back in April, yeah. So pause real quick so I can, actually good point.
Yeah.
Pause real quick, Chris. So, okay, as you guys know, back in April of 2022, a girl went ahead and accused.
From Miami,
yeah,
by
from
the way.
Miami, this fucking bimbo. Accused Andrew and Tristan of kidnapping her and false imprisonment and that she was like being held against her will at their house. Mind you, okay, what happened was this girl sees a picture. I know the full story of this. We've talked with Tristan in detail, but I'm going to summarize it for y'all that might not know. This girl did some Instagram stories. Her boyfriend saw that she was at the Tate house. He's like, what are you doing over there? Blah, blah, blah. So she goes, instead of taking accountability and saying, oh, yeah, I'm over here at the Tate house hanging out, partying with them. She says, oh, no, I don't even know how I'm here. Like, I'm being held against my will, right? So the boyfriend calls the U.S. Embassy. U.S. Embassy calls the Romanians and says, yo, there's an American citizen being held at the Tate house. At this point, right, the Tates are famous. They know who they are. The guys, and also, the Tates are very famous in Romania. They've been famous there for several years, the better part of a decade.
Yeah.
Right? So they know exactly who they are. Oh, crap. So obviously, it's one thing to be, someone to be false in prison. It's another thing for an American citizen to say, oh, there's someone over there that's an American citizen being held against their will, a woman. So what do? They go over there, they search, they do all this stuff. The girl's not even there at this point, right? Or any of the girls, because they had thrown a party. And then they went ahead and they review the footage. As they review the footage, they see that this girl had left the compound, right, to get food.
Got pizza.
Yeah, it came back. So you're telling me, right, stupid, you're being held against your will but kidnapped or whatever the hell. But
listen, woke family. This is the same girl that's talking about, oh yeah, I'm being trafficked by Andrew and Tristan, but she literally went to go buy pizza and then come back and it's all on video footage. This is listen. This just goes to show you that as a man in America, as a man in the world, you are not safe. All a woman needs to literally do is come out and say that I've been raped by this man, and everybody is going to take her side because of the fact that she is a woman aka Me Too, aka Believe All Women. We need to stop this movement. This is very bad. A lot of men are getting their lives ruined because of women like this. It's happening all the time. Look at what's going on with Gervonta Davis, right? Look what's going on with a lot of these people. A lot of these people. You got to see the truth. This is why you can't believe all women. Why? Because women are just like men. They're human beings. I'm not saying we're equal, but I'm saying we're human beings. We're capable of lying. If a woman is going to talk about she was raped or she was SA'd, you have to see the evidence and see if it makes sense truly. If she was trafficked, see if it makes sense. Figure out all the evidence. Don't just believe her because she's a woman. This is just disgusting.
You're going to get Uber Eats and leaving the place, they're coming back? What the hell? Meanwhile, they also got videos of her
Crazy.
partying and hanging out with the girls. There was like 30, 40 girls there, right? And this chick was just one of the girls. And you're telling me that
even that bad, bro.
Yeah, and then you're telling me that you're being held against your will, right? What it really comes down to, guys, the cold hard truth is she didn't want to tell her boyfriend that she was fucking cheating on him. That's what she didn't want to say. Okay?
Bruh.
Isn't it crazy?
Incredible. Incredible.
One woman from the United States of America penetrated the whole European center by going to Romania.
Penetrated?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Penetrated?
Yeah.
Lied about her situation and ended up jamming up Andrew and Tristan. Just one lie from one woman, bro. That's crazy.
Incredible.
And he went to escape, so to speak, this whole tyranny of believe all women to be caught by another American woman in Romania. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
The power of these lying women, bro. They're a force.
So the prosecutor, right? And Tristan told this story on Rumble. The prosecutor, and everybody are sitting there looking at the footage, and you can see her leave and come back.
And dude, the boyfriend, bro. If there was an example of a imp, that's him, bro.
Yeah,
Legit imp, bro.
Oh yeah, he a simp. Yeah, just kill us on Twitch. Fuck it.
Twitch.
Just kill it. Fuck Twitch. All right, guys, we're getting off Twitch. We said the simp word.
Yeah.
We're killing Twitter and everything. Just come on over to YouTube or Rumble, guys. We're killing to Facebook, Twitter.
There you go.
Yeah, because I already know we're about to go down the route. Come on over, guys. So this guy, right, goes ahead and notifies them, and the girl just doesn't want to admit that she was cheating on him, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that she didn't want to admit that led to all this crap.
Facts.
Incredible.
Accountability
Yep.
is not.
And here's the
Zero.
other thing too. Y'all might not know this. The Tates have a very good, extensive video surveillance system at their home, which
yeah,
is
should.
really good because
Thank
it
God.
proved that the
That they were
girl
innocent.
was lying through her teeth. She was not being held against her will. She was there partying with other girls. She was having a good time. She left the compound, right? Because as you guys know, it's like a property that has multiple buildings on it. She left the area to get food, and she came back. Please explain how that means you're being held against your will and or kidnapped.
I will say there's one thing that can save a man from this tyranny of believe all women, which is camera footage.
Exactly.
Also, the police
That's it.
saw the evidence and returned all most of their stuff. It's like, yo, bro, okay, you know what? My bad. This is a false alarm.
You're right, 100%. You know what? I wasn't going to talk about this, but I'm going to talk about it, man. This is exactly why we cannot believe all women, bro. I'm gonna give y'all a peek into my life a little bit, right? This was back in 2019. This was 3 years ago. At the time, I was working security, right? And at that time, this was before COVID, right? We basically had to wand down the people that worked at a FedEx warehouse, and we had to make sure that they didn't steal the stuff when they were coming into work and leaving work. You understand? Like the people that were coming in, obviously, we would want them to make sure that they didn't have things that they were bringing into the warehouse that could potentially harm somebody, like kill them. You know what I'm saying? And the people that were leaving, we wanted to make sure that they weren't stealing the stuff. So there was this one elderly woman at a point in time that I basically wanded down, and I don't know if the woman was racist or whatever the situation may be, but it was a situation that she tried to make a false claim that I had touched her inappropriately, if you know what I'm saying, and basically tried to get me in trouble working security at the time. And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of pressed. I was like, wow, like, am I gonna get in trouble? Am I gonna like go to court? And I eventually ended up calming down after I talked to one of my other coworkers at the time, and he was telling me, listen, bro, there's cameras. So if you know you're innocent, the cameras are gonna show it. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Like a week later, right? I eventually end up receiving information that the woman was, that they had looked at the footage and they figured out the woman was lying, but they didn't fire her. You feel what I'm saying? They didn't fire her, but she tried to get me fired, claiming that I inappropriately touched her, right? AKA believe all women. But they literally had evidence that showed that this woman was lying, and they did not do anything about it. But mind me, let's flip this situation and say that it was me who made a claim like that, and they figured out I was lying. What do you think they would have done? They would have fired me. They would have probably taken me to court. Like, this is goes to show you that we live in a Me Too, believe all women society, bro. And it needs to stop because men are literally getting their lives wrecked because of it. You have women out here that are lying on men's name, bro. Listen, if you're a man living in the world, living in America especially, bro, it's probably going to happen to you, but you got to be ready. This is exactly when a woman starts to act up and act crazy. Bring out your phone and start recording her, bro. Because when it comes to you defending yourself in court, bro, that's the only piece of evidence you're really going to have. Unless you have a camera footage in your house. And that's just the crazy part, right? Because the Tates obviously had a camera footage, and they're still trying to do this nonsense to them. We got to pray for the men, bro. We need masculine men back. Real talk. Let's continue, though.
But that one lie caused so much trouble, bro.
Yep.
And once again, a man's reputation, once put out there that he is involved with trafficking or grape, whatever.
It's crazy.
Dude, it doesn't get taken away.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Some people see that information. Oh, he's that
And
person.
they judge you.
And they don't see the, hey, that wasn't true. They only see the first part. And as a result, what does the media put out? The worst parts about somebody, especially Andrew and Tristan. So that's crazy, bro.
Of course, they're going to sensationalize it, but they're not going to tell the truth that this girl just simply was cheating on her boyfriend, didn't want to admit it, lied and said she was being held against her will, contrary to evidence shown on video. And the mainstream media is going to run with it and say, yeah, you know what, he probably is a human trafficker. I think he probably is, even though this girl's a stupid slut.
Bro,
let's keep going. Play the video, man. Incredible, bro. Incredible.
L304s.
Jeez.
Okay. On occasion of the search of April 11th, several electronics devices were searched to be subjugated or seized to search throughout this period, and the reference period is April 11th and December 29, 2022. Some of these electronic devices were returned. Computer searches were carried out on them. Some of them have not been returned even to this day.
Yeah.
Was it normal? From my point of view, the period of time is long enough to, so they asked, is it normal for it to take that long? He said the period of time that they had is long enough to extract all data from all the computer. Pause. I'll tell you guys this from my professional experience as well. When you take data, because law enforcement, a lot of them, depending on even if you're foreign or American or whatever, we use a lot of the same different technologies, right? Typically, when you're extracting phones, you're using something called a cell bright, okay? Which is a tool that law enforcement uses to extract phones and computers. I'm sure a country like Romania has access to a cell bright. It might be an older model, but it still is going to be able to extract data. For them to have the stuff this long, it's true. Yeah, they could have. They had plenty of time to go ahead and extract the stuff. The only way I could think that they wouldn't have enough time is if there was passcodes on it, and then in that case, yeah, they won't be able to get. It's going to take way longer to break the code, and sometimes they won't even be able to break the code. So, yeah. All right, let's keep going. But regardless, they gave all the stuff back, which tells you, okay, there's nothing really. Okay, now the crime of grape is among the charges that are quite serious also in the public eye. So now she's asking about the grape crime. Guys, this is where it gets crazy. For my information, it would be committed on a female person, okay? That's what she's asking. Well, I would hope. But let's keep going. From the Republic of Moldova, and would it have been one or two crimes? So the lawyer is going to put some light on this. He goes, two material acts for one of the Tate brothers? That's right. In this context, can you, as a defense attorney, to support this charge? Okay, guys, listen up. This is where it gets crazy. The lawyer responds, I will point out from the beginning that even up to the present moment, the criminal investigation file has not been made available.
That's sad. That's a problem.
To us to ensure the effective defense of our clients. In this sense, I would like to point out that, at least from this point of view, I am also, hold on, I missed that point. Go back a millisecond, Chris, if you can. I am also somehow amazed, together with my colleagues, with the distinguished lawyer Constantin Gilga, so him and other lawyers, and my other colleague who are instrumentalizing this file, and we spend day and night trying to piece together the puzzle of the allegations presented by the prosecutor. There is not a single piece of evidence apart from the victim's statements
Ooh.
that leads to the idea that a crime of rape was committed. Pause. So you're telling me,
Great.
y'all got no evidence besides what
That's
the
cap.
victim said from Moldova?
So, ex-federal agent, is this a case to be had, sir? Based off, off this
Man.
premise?
Nah.
This is a case to be had.
You always need corroborating facts, bro.
But hold on. We're not in America. We're in Romania.
Yeah,
So they can do whatever they want, right?
I guess
It's
so.
sad.
much.
It's
'Cause
sad.
this is wild.
Very
Pretty
wild.
much.
This is wild.
So somebody's lying here.
And you know what's scarier? I've said this before. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. We have seen women be offered tens of thousands of dollars to lie on Tristan and Andrew. Okay?
Some of them accepted it. No, some of them, my bad. Let me take that back. Some of them have not accepted it. Most of them, if anything.
It was just a matter of time until someone took the bribe.
And then some of them did, right? It just goes to show you that you, like, whatever you do, you got to be careful. And as you level up and you start to become more noticeable, people are going to start to come out and make accusations against you that are false. But understand one thing: no matter how much evil is in the world, they can never surpass the goodness of God. Let me say that again. No matter how much evil is in the world, right? It could never surpass the goodness of God. I have faith in God. They're going to be freed and they're going to be vindicated, and they need to be paid for their time. This is ridiculous.
It was just a matter of time.
And even so, why did it take so long? If this was true, just say it happened right there and then. Why you gotta wait till now when he's being persecuted for being this type of
Well,
person?
it gets even better.
Yeah.
So let's keep going.
Let's go.
So they don't got nothing but statements
So, guys,
from the victim.
Remember who's spreading false information as well, guys. Don't forget that as well.
Moreover, the reasoned conclusion of the Judge of Rights and Freedoms of the Bucharest Court, which is their version of a judge, by the way, guys. That's like the official title. It is very clear that such a crime is not supported and that there are no evidentiary elements to support such crime, which is why the Judge of Rights and Freedoms, which is their judge in Bucharest, does not have the reasonable suspicion that this act can be attributed to any of the defendants. So as you guys know, let me pause real quick.
Pause real quick.
Guys, whenever a crime is committed, there's elements to the crime, okay? There needs to be certain things in place, right, for that crime to stand. I'll give you guys an example. Murder in the first degree, aka
Premeditated?
premeditated. Thank you so much. I had a brain fart there.
Yeah.
Premeditated murder, right?
Yep.
In order for you,
Hey, man, don't make it funny, bro. Come on. I got to. Go ahead.
anyway, so with premeditated murder, right? You need to be able to establish, right, that the killer took acts, right, and planned this out to some kind of degree, right? Because they planned it out, then they committed the murder versus it was an accident, right? That is one of the main distinguishing things which will determine you getting murder one and getting the death penalty, or murder two and getting maybe a life sentence or 20 or 30 years. Okay. So that is what an example of what the element of the crime is. So in this case, when it comes to the grape, they don't necessarily even have the elements of the crime. Guys, wild.
Once again,
Very wild.
what is being put out there? That he's going to be guilty. He's framed for this crime. And I guarantee you, these same platforms putting out this media agenda will not push this actual interview because they know
They won't, because
it's
they
the
don't want to
truth,
spread
but
positivity.
It doesn't sell. It doesn't look good if they say this now, going back on what they said earlier.
Yeah.
So it is, guys, the truth is going to be said on this platform. We keep it 1,000 guys all the way. And look, here's a fact here, guys, from his own lawyer. So,
All right.
here we go.
All right. Let's keep going.
And also, guys, we get it. This is a rough draft, the conversion of what was said, because obviously it was in Romanian, not English, but you get the gist of it, guys.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Now we know very well that the Judge of Rights and Freedoms does not tackle the merits as the pretrial. What's the time stamp on this right now, Chris?
527.
527. Okay.
Yo, can he sue the Romanian government for this?
Yes.
I doubt it.
Doubt? Yeah.
All right, so go to 545. So now they're going to ask him about, yeah, right there's fine. Now they're going to ask about human trafficking, the trafficking of human beings. Let's go ahead and hit play. And that of organized criminal group. Allow me, however, to point out the following issue. So she's asking about the human trafficking and organized criminal group charges, right? So he goes, even if the judge of rights and freedoms at the time of considering the proposal for the issuance of a preventative arrest warrant is not in the procedural moment to consider the facts, but the provisions of the 204 Code of Criminal Procedure in conjunction with the 223 Code of Criminal Procedure, which is Romanian law. Do not forget that the 223 Code of Criminal Procedure refers to reasonable suspicion. Okay, so that's their threshold over there in Romania. In order for me, as a judge of rights and freedoms, to be able to analyze reasonable suspicion, I must analyze the reasons described in detail in the report with the proposal for preventive arrest presented by the prosecutor, in conjunction with elements from the criminal file, which I have in front of me when I analyze the proposal. Or if after a few hours, the judge of rights and liberties studying the criminal investigation file, in conjunction with the information contained in the report with the proposal for preventative arrest, assesses there are no elements to create reasonable suspicion on the perpetration of this act. It is obvious that the judge himself supports the opinion of the defense. We have no evidence. Bam.
Yeah,
Once
they
again.
don't have any evidence.
Okay, so she's going to go back to the grape. Okay, so she's going to ask about extrajudicial experts, okay, which basically are people that interviewed the witnesses, okay? I'll go ahead and we'll play it, and we'll let you guys kind of come to your own conclusion here,
Yeah.
right? Go ahead, run it. So you have in full by the existence of two extrajudicial expert reports, which were allegedly sorry guys, the translation is a little bit slower, but so they were allegedly made with reference to the two women, the one who is an American citizen and the one who is from Moldova. So pause. So we know that the two, victims of the potential grape are an American and the Moldovan. Which we know.
I bet you those two people that are American and Moldovan, the girls, are going to come out and say that they have not been raped or essayed or trafficked. Watch.
This girl has already lied before about the goddamn being held against her will.
That's disgusting, bro.
Now grape as well,
bro. You want a witch hunt? That's what happened to Andrew and Tristan, bro. They say, you know what? Actually, there was a Twitter post, right? We called earlier. Call it conspiracy, whatever you want. They said it was coming to happen to Andrew and Tristan in October of last year, and this happened right around the time that they said. But why? Why? Once again, the media, and I don't know who's behind this, but apparently they had a push to the Romanian people to say, you know what? Here's what's being said against Andrew and Tristan. Let's go ahead and press charges, pretty much, or go forward with the actual move. And dude, who knows why, but it happened. And now we're really realizing here, there's no facts to stand on. It's just, hey, you know what? Let's put them in jail or detain them for a period of time, and let's find evidence against them. And who's to say that they won't find false evidence to put there as well? Who knows?
Crazy, bro. So let's keep going.
Yeah.
See, y'all see, guys, but there's more. It gets crazier. Yeah, this is nothing. What you guys are hearing.
More.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going. The Republic of Moldova. I want to ask you specifically, what is the matter with these extrajudicial expert reports when they were carried out, and when were they drawn up? And if you have any comments on this, this shit's about to get crazy, guys. All right. So let's see about these reports.
About to be wild.
So he laughs. Nice question, and thank you very much for asking it. I tell you why it was one of our defenses that we tried to use in our favor of the defendants when we were considering the proposal for pretrial detention. We are talking about two reports, extrajudicial evidence. What does extrajudicial evidence mean? That it was not requested by the prosecutor. That it was not requested by the prosecutor. Wait, go back, Chris. Just a second if you can. It's sorry, guys. These translations are difficult because it'll go fast 1 second, then slow the other. So it goes extrajudicial, that it was not requested by the prosecutor, that it was not requested by the prosecutor, that the alleged victim, the alleged injured person, went to the office of a random psychologist. What do I know? Chosen only according to the criteria of that particular person, known only to the applicant, and following discussions. analysis carried out by the professional. This expert report was issued. I don't even know why we call it an expert. A report. It's not even a real expert report. This, I call it the point of view of a psychologist, was issued regarding the so-called traumas that being analyzed. The people undergoing psychological control by the professional in question have suffered. What it seems to me and what I don't understand, how could the accusation that have based itself on the extrajudicial evidence, and how could it be presented to the court in the proposal for preventative arrest, detention as evidence that this extrajudicial expert opinion with the quotation marks that are required was the basis for the proposal when, for such serious offenses, so reprehensible evidence should be presented at the time of the proposal for provisional arrest, which does not leave any doubt as to impartiality or partiality, which does not leave any doubt as to the veracity of the evidence as to the person who asked for it to be granted and administered.
So,
actually, I believe that the injured parties submitted such a report to the prosecutor. It was filed in a case file, and as a great piece of evidence in the case file, it was argued that the trauma exists and consequently the aggression in whatever form it was expressed. It also proven, not even remotely as a matter of law. Wait, go back a second.
does it stand?
Oh, does this? This says as a matter of law, does it stand?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'll read that one more time. Not even remotely as a matter of law does it stand. I would like you to point me out, please, if possible. When exactly were these? Okay, so the lady now is asking, when exactly were these expertises taken? When were these? Assessments on those two girls performed, and are they still in the country at this time? I stated from the beginning that I would limit myself to presenting in our discussion elements of a nature that would not endanger the criminal investigation or hinder in any way the proper conduct of the criminal process. But in the spirit of equality, I answer that we do not know whether at this moment the two are still in the country or not. Hold up. So you're telling me we got expert witnesses that interviewed these girls that we don't even know their credentials, right? And they were interviewed. We don't know what the hell really went on during the interviews. The witnesses more than likely aren't even in the country. Like, what is going on here?
And he also said as well that they had psychologists examine them, and we don't know if they're professionals or not. They just got some written paper that's probably not true, and they give it to the judge as evidence. And it's being held as an actual evidential document, which is crazy.
And we don't even know where they're at.
They could be here. They could be in Dubai. They could be in Romania. We don't know.
Exactly.
How the hell are you going to accuse someone of such a serious crime without the witnesses there?
My friend, I don't know. I really don't know. This is crazy, bro.
Hey, is mainstream media going to report this?
This shit is wild, bro.
They're not.
Hey, CNN, Fox, are any of you fucking idiots going to report this?
Oh, no.
They're not going to report it because this is the thing to understand about the news sources, guys. Woke family. They're not going to report on positive things that have to do with the Tates or with anybody that promotes a message to them that is seen as demonic or anti-woke. Not our woke, right? We're not talking about conservative woke. We're talking about lib woke. We're not on that type of time. You feel what I'm saying? So start to really pay attention to the message and see things for the way that they truly are. They want you to be bots. They want you to be blinded to the matrix. But you have to start waking up and seeing the reality of the way it is.
Oh, you know who won't do it? Vice won't do it.
Yo, are y'all going to report this?
Vice won't do it.
Not Vice.
You
Vice
know
is
what
a
they're going
snake.
to put out there? False news.
Yeah. Are y'all going to
Lies.
report this shit?
No, they won't.
Guys, it gets better. And don't worry, there's more shit.
Oh, man.
Wait, there's more?
There's more.
There's more.
But wait, there's more. I feel like I'm selling some fucking shit on an infomercial. There's more. But wait, there's more. You know, Greta's retarded ass. You know what I mean? In the fucking
Climate
back.
change.
You gotta recycle your pizza boxes. Like, bro, this is fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Wild.
You know the worst part? These women that are these witnesses, so to speak, that are giving this evidence won't be named. But I wish we knew who they were to say, you know what? You're a liar. We caught you.
Facts.
We should have something done to you as well. But legally, of course. But it's crazy. It's just crazy, bro. Think about this.
This is the Me Too movement.
Wow, bro.
That's
Let's
my
keep
favorite.
going. But we got more to cover. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Okay, so it seems they're no longer in the country, that these psychological experts were drawn up around the time they left the country. And here again, there, in uncertainty, it seems from the data that the experts were drawn up after the departure from the country. But I'm thinking why these injured persons are not in Romanian territory today, why the prosecution for respecting the fundamental rights of the accused to prove their innocence
That's crazy.
and somehow enjoying the presumption of innocence cannot be heard at this time. We are
It's fake.
in a situation where someone throws a bomb, a whole chaos is created. Everyone is trying to find the answers. As for the person who threw the bomb, we don't know if he still exists, where he exists, if he still supports his accusation, if he no longer supports his accusation. So basically, at this moment, we know that some people have made some statements or complaints contrary to the interests of other people. They left undisturbed, and today we don't know where to get them. But probably at the moment when the criminal prosecution material will finally be made available to ensure, pause real quick, Chris, to us to ensure the effective defense of our clients, we as defenders will also learn more data concerning this subject. Guys, do you not see what the hell is going on here?
There's so many holes.
We got these two the two victims,
Facts.
not even in country. The
Exactly.
reports were drawn up sometime
They're not
around the
even
time they
names.
left. They're using that as a basis to charge these guys, and the defense can't
cool.
even properly cross-examine the accusers.
Exactly.
What does that mean? There's no evidence. So this is a political move or the Matrix move? What is it?
Clown world.
Yeah.
Clown world. Every man that is listening to this broadcast right now needs to understand that you must protect yourself, bro.
Facts.
A girl can make a fucking accusation on you, not even substantiated, go to some individual that calls himself a psychologist, say, I feel this way. They go ahead and write some shit up. Yeah, okay? And then they give that, hey, Romanian prosecutor, take this, because I didn't like the way they treated me at the party. I didn't get attention, all right? And then, next thing you know, you get fucking arrested. And they're not even in the country.
Exactly.
You know, I used to think
It's
that
the-
if you
it's the
leave
Me
the
Too
United
movement,
States, you're
bro.
fine.
It's come to
But
destroy.
apparently, it seems to me now more than ever that if you leave the United States of America, you go anywhere else, and you associate with Americans in that totality, you can still
Yeah,
be
you're in
tried
trouble.
for that same issue. Which
They
means, for
don't fight.
example, if I go to, let's say, for example, I go to Poland, right, and I date an American girl, or she comes over to visit me, and she lies on me, what's gonna happen to me too? It's
Yeah.
like, bro, nobody's safe, especially if you're in America. But if you leave as
Facts.
well,
Incredible. Incredible.
It's nonsense.
All right, let's keep going. But don't worry, guys. It gets worse. It gets worse.
It gets worse.
Yeah. What's the timestamp that we're at real quick, Chris?
12:37.
Okay, 12:37. All right. All right. Let's keep going. And we're gonna fast forward here in a little bit. But this is a 37-minute interview, guys. If you guys want to check it out, we'll put the link in the chat for y'all.
I want to cover Vice, man. And them niggas lied.
Okay, so-called trauma suffered. Does that mean go back, Chris, to where we were at before? I want to make sure I translate this stuff read it out loud for the people. Okay, since they have been injured parties in the case that have claimed damages or extortion, rather, or no, we didn't read that yet. Go back to 12. Was 12 what? 47
Crazy.
that we're at
We
originally?
live in a,
Yeah,
clown-
we're
we live in a
over
clown world.
Okay, or go back a bit. Go to like 12:40. Or no, 12:30. 12:30. Fuck
Yeah,
it, 12:30.
Cool.
Sorry, guys, we got to be precise here. Okay. To us, to ensure the effective defense of our clients, we as defenders will also learn more data concerning this subject. Okay, let's keep going. Sorry, guys. Since they have been injured parties in the case and have claimed damages or extortion, rather, as a result of the so-called trauma suffered, does that mean that the preliminary complaints are still upheld, except that I understand that at this stage, you do not know when exactly these persons left, when precisely the assessment was made, and whether they can be heard again, so that you too can ask questions. So basically, guys, he wants to cross-examine and he can't. Directly and in court at the time of the trial, this could be done by video conference. It can be done by video, electronic means. Also, among the evidence requested by us, the defense, on behalf of our clients, we sent to the public prosecutor's office notes of evidence in which we even requested a confrontation of the injured parties with the clients we represent. So far, the case investigator, the prosecutor, has not expressed a position on the proposed what? On the proposed what?
Evidence.
Evidence. In your experience, do you think that? Pause real quick, Chris.
Dude, is the speed brought up, Chris?
No. Sometimes it's fast and other times it's slow.
You sure?
It's
No,
So-
you sped it up.
Yeah, it is, but sometimes it's too slow.
okay. In your experience, do you think that we are now calling the Tate case is an investigation? Okay, so she asked him, like, do you think other powers are at B? And he's basically smart. He's like, hey, listen, we're gonna keep it strictly factual, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So let's fast forward real quick into 1510. Okay, and once again. Okay, so she asked a question. He says, I don't have the file. I'm going back to that. I don't have the file. Again, guys, this is egregious. The fact that this has been going on for this many weeks or almost 2 weeks now, and he doesn't even have the file that's supposed to have the evidence against his clients is crazy to me, guys. All right? I mean, and
This is, like, in my opinion, one of the only downfalls to living in a corrupt country. Right? Because the thing is that they can plant so many pieces of evidence on you, and you really can't defend yourself if they don't want you to defend yourself, because they won't give you access to the files, which is supposed to be able to help you defend yourself. You feel what I'm saying? It's disgusting, and you got to be very, very careful when it comes to your interaction with American women. Because I'm gonna say this right now, woke family. I think that this could have all been avoided, and I'm not trying to shame Andrew or Tristan. I mean, they're my guys, but I think this could have all been avoided if they didn't deal with American women. Stay away from those women. A lot of these women who live in America are demonic. They're possessed. Right? It is what it is, man.
any type of criminal procedure, right, with any form of rule of law, the defense is supposed to have access to the file against their client. All right. Also, there's a mention of consular assistance, right, which I can summarize that for you guys. Basically, what happened is they asked them, are the Tates receiving consular assistance? So we could go to 19 minutes on this one, Chris. Okay, to the best of my knowledge, the consular representative discussed the Tate brothers' wishes regarding the respect of their rights to an accurate translation of every document, every prosecution document, every indictment, every stage of the proceedings, and I understand that they have already been assured that a competent certified translation will be prosecution and documents of the criminal prosecution effective, and from this point of view, the respect of the... So basically, guys, they should be getting a copy of everything in translation. Rights of American citizens. You said they requested a competent certified translation. Am I to understand that there was a court translation when the DICOT prosecutor's remand was defended not exactly accurate? So guys, the Tates got court translation documents that were not 100% accurate. All right? And that had to be, that was brought up as well. So not only are they being charged for crimes that they can't even, confront the people that are alleging these crimes against them, and there's no necessarily evidence besides victim statements. But on top of that, they're not even getting properly translated documents of what the hell they're being charged with.
Exactly. That's a L.
So there's a whole bunch of bullshit going on. All right, let's go ahead and hit play again. And the lawyer here is being professional. Pause. So yes, I had to deal with this situation without wishing to refer in any way to the professional competence of the lady. Pause. He's not going to throw her under the bus.
Yeah.
He's just going to say, there was a lot of talk, a lot of information, but the Tate brothers repeatedly pointed out that they didn't understand the translation and looked at the defense quite scared, quite wondering what was going on, what was being talked about. I intervened on 2 occasions, both myself and my colleague Andrian, to ask about to change the translator, as the defendants do not understand faithfully or even generally the charges brought against them. Yo, that is wild to me, bro.
Yeah. Is there any way that, because they're not from Romania itself, like let's say the UK or US government could actually help, or no?
That's what's going on.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's if it's the American consulate or the British consulate. As you guys know, Andrew and Tristan have dual citizenship.
Yeah.
But they are getting assistance to make sure that the documents are being, transcribed properly. But there's already been mess ups where the lawyers had to intervene and be like, my defendants don't understand what's going on here. The translator is incompetent. Okay. So this is wild, bro. This is crazy to me of the injustices that are occurring over there right now in Romania.
Will this happen in Dubai, you think? I doubt, right?
I mean, for one, they would probably need real evidence versus like some girl from Moldova and some chick from the US saying, we were raped, when there's conflicting evidence against that.
Exactly.
Crazy
nonsense.
And then let's see here. Let's go to
free Tate, man.
Yeah, seriously.
Free Tate, bros.
21, Chris.
21. Can you do something for me?
Okay. Go ahead and hit play. So now we're gonna go into the other charges. With regards to the two offenses, trafficking in human beings and organized crime group, what evidence is there in the file? In my view, there is no evidence. There either, and I am talking about evidence leading by itself or directly to the formation of an opinion of reasonable suspicion regarding the commission of offenses provided for and punishable by.
This is crazy.
Criminal law. In this case, we're talking about human trafficking and organized crime. The documents to which we have so far had access do not accurately describe matters relating to the constituent elements of the offense. For organized criminal group, they do not accurately describe the hierarchy of the group. They do not describe the function of each person who is part of this alleged criminal group. And also with regards to trafficking in human beings, as the offense is described, it does not comply with the legal requirements concerning the way in which the offense of trafficking in human beings is committed. Pause. So what did he just say there, guys? When it comes to the charges against Andrew, when it comes to organized criminal activity, right, and human trafficking, there are elements of the crime that need to be met. So as far as the organized criminal activity, there's no hierarchy. There's no role of each member. There's no established outline of duties and what they do to perpetuate their criminal organization. None of that stuff
like a RICO
was substantiated, right? In accordance with the Romanian law. And then as far as like the human trafficking goes, they have not met the prerequisite elements from that either. So they're just charging them with these charges with no real substantiation because they're not meeting any of the elements from what they've seen.
Wow.
So just so, and then he's going to go into the details of the human trafficking charges, right? Just so everyone understands. So when we talk about human trafficking, we have in mind strictly by law. Let's keep going. Transportation against the will, shelter also by coercion, and so on. Are you saying that there is no evidence whatsoever from the motivated reasoning of the judge of rights? So basically, guys, pause. So you guys saw it there, coercion, being held against will, etc. Is any of that in there? No. Now he's going to go into a scenario, okay? I'm going to step out of our file and ask you rhetorically the following question. If, in our understanding from our discussions, you propose to me to come and visit me on the territory of Romania, you being a Spanish citizen, and I ask you several times, are you sure you want to come? Are you sure you want us to meet? And pause real quick, go back real quick.
Yeah,
Chris.
just a little bit.
Are you sure you want to come? Are you sure you want us to meet? And you also motivate your decision to come and visit me, i.e. the fact that you no longer like Spain since you travel quite a lot and I provide you with the financial means so that we can see each other. Is there any constraint in my transporting you as a person on the territory of Romania? No, obviously not. But what happens next also matters. Let's say to Romania, get in touch with you and then live in transportation after I come. Let's say to Romania, get in touch with you and then I live in your house or in the, there's the interviewer now, neighborhood, and things happen that traumatize me because we want everyone to be well informed on these.
Listen, I'm going to say this real quick, Wolf family. This just goes to show you that you as a man, bro, can do everything in your best ability to be able to try to and she'll always show you that she's ungrateful for the good things that you do for her. Now, is that all women? No. We don't hate women on this channel, right? We're just aware of female nature and we choose to move forward and do better. But at the same time as well too, these situations make men to not want to get married to women, make men to not want to trust women, make men to just start to develop resent towards women. And it's sad. It's like, women, you got to do better. You got to do better. Don't come out and make a false grape SA or trafficking allegation, because now for the women that actually go through that, you make it very, very hard for them to be believed. I'm telling you, stop doing this. Stop lying on men's name. Because this is the thing you have to ask yourself. Even if you're being demonically possessed by an evil spirit, do you think that the evil you do today is not going to come back and haunt you 5 years later, 10 years later, 20 years later? God sees all these things that we do. So understand that when you're doing these things, it's going to come back and haunt you. It might even want to cause you to off yourself. So don't purposely ruin a man's life. Don't act evil. Don't do these things. It's not right. Use conscience. Use common sense. Don't allow your emotions to cloud your thought of reasoning. And then you wonder why men say that we're more logical. Because of stuff like this.
Issues, 6 complaints. However, this is not true. Pause. We're about to get into a bombshell here, guys. So he basically said, yo, if I invite you to my place and you come from another country and you come willingly and I just give you the money to travel, are you really being trafficked?
No.
Also, you can leave at any time.
And you can leave at any time. And like, I'm telling you, are you sure you want to come, etc. And you come? Is that really being trafficked? No. Right?
Common sense, right?
Anyone with common sense would be like, no, that's not coercion, that's not being forced, etc. You have multiple opportunities to decide if you don't want to come, etc. Like, no one is putting a gun in your head saying, you must come to Romania.
That would
like,
mean
what?
anyone that plays a girl out could be held under this account. This means, yo, you're hosting in California. Yo, you're in Europe, fly over here. I got you with a flight.
All y'all niggas that fly chicks out. Y'all are all human traffickers, bro.
Whoa.
Y'all are all human traffickers, bro.
Whoa, that's wow.
According to this logic.
That's crazy.
See how crazy this could be?
Man.
All right? So now we're gonna get into the 6 complaints, right? Remember how, guys, there's 6 victims that came forward and made allegations or whatever? It gets better. All right. So he says, so the lawyer says, this is not true. And then she asks, why do you say this is not true? That's all I can tell you. There are not 6 complaints. Let's hit play.
Crazy.
There aren't 6. Okay, there aren't just 2 complaints either. There are several statements, and of those statements, part of them have been considered as given by victims, but they are presented as victims without having the status of injured party in the case or having
ever filed a complaint against the clients. I represent.
Crazy.
What do you have? What have? Okay, go back, Chris, because I want this to be very clear right here.
We've just said it's very important.
Yeah, this is very, very important. Go back like a few seconds. This is a bombshell here.
Yeah.
Okay. Go back more. More. A little bit more.
That's good.
Okay. Go one more time. Go back. Okay. One more time. Sorry. Okay. Hit play. So she's gonna, issues 6 complaints, however, and then he goes, this isn't true. Why do you say this is not true? That's all I can tell you. There are not 6 complaints. Are there only 2? There aren't just 2 complaints, but there aren't 6 complaints either. There are several statements, and of those statements, part of them have been considered as given by victims, but they are presented as victims without having the status of injured party in the case or having ever filed a complaint against the clients I represent. What you have just said is very important. So there are people, girls who have made statements, but who have been presented by the DICA as victims, although they...
This just goes to show you that as a man, bro, the government can literally bribe women to be able to come out and claim that you SA'd them without any type of evidence, and you can get locked up. You have to be very, very careful which government you live in, which place you live in, what you say, how you say it, bro, because these people will try, especially if they know that you have a huge influence on military-age men, to try to take you out. It's disgusting, bro. Actually disgusting.
Do not have a prior complaint at this time, and therefore there would not be 6 prior complaints. And I stop. I've given general data. It's data that the client gave me as a mandate to present. I can't talk any further. Pause. Okay, guys, what the hell just happened there? So these 6 complaints that they're saying, or 6 witnesses, some of them are being presented as witnesses when, as victims when they're not by the prosecution.
Are you saying
just
that,
because?
Are you saying that women can't lie, or can they lie?
They could definitely lie, and on top of that, the government can go ahead and make them a victim when they never are a victim. And some of you guys might not believe me, so I got some more proof for y'all. I got a interview here from a Romanian outlet, right, that shows that 2 of the women that they're using as victims don't want to be labeled as victims. All right?
There we go.
Can we play this clip, Chris, that we got here from the Telegram? Mo has it set up for you.
So in summary, this is a setup.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Bruh.
All right, guys, we're going to play this clip. 2 of the girls, right, that said that are victims allegedly, this is what they got to say.
I will also like this thing. I think it's pretty embarrassing that 9 months after the first raid in April last year, we gave our statement in which clearly we said we weren't the victims. It wasn't until a couple of days ago, I think. Yeah, a couple of days ago that we found out about the whole situation. So I'm pretty annoyed and upset, and I don't understand why this is happening.
They just said that they weren't victims. That's crazy. Like, this is what the government tries to do to you, man. You got to be careful.
Just a second, because I have to speak in my language.
Did y'all hear that? Bro, 2 of the victims that the prosecution is using against Andrew and Tristan Tate are on news saying, I don't know why they're labeling us victims.
We are upset.
We're upset. We're annoyed by this. We said we already did an interview. We said that we're not victims. We're not being trafficked, any of this stuff. Yet the government is still trying to paint these women as victims, contrary to them saying that they are not.
So ultimately,
this isn't an agenda.
Who's behind this is what I want to know. Because at this point, even victims are saying, hey, it wasn't us.
Yo.
So who's behind it?
Fox, CNN, Vice, all you pieces of shit. Why are you guys not reporting this?
Oh,
all you haters out there that are saying, yo, Andrew and Tristan are traffickers, blah, blah, blah. There's 6 witnesses against them. Why are y'all not showing this? 2 of the girls that the government is trying to use as victims against Andrew and Tristan are on a fucking Romanian news channel right now telling y'all, I don't know why they're using us as victims. We already gave a statement to the police. We are not victims. Incredible.
Yeah, incredible.
Guys. So let's go through this. We got a defense attorney that does not have the criminal file against his clients. Okay, 45 minutes before the hearing, where they're going to be held for 30 days, he gets he gets access to the file for 45 minutes. Yeah, right?
That's crazy.
Prior to the hearing, in which his clients are going to be held for 30 days. Of course, he doesn't have time to prepare. And
like who's going to be able to go through a whole file in 45 minutes, bro? Come on, man. They did this on purpose. They tried to plant the evidence, bro.
45 minutes to read through a 100-page document of all the facts that the prosecution is presenting, right? We have 2 victims, allegedly, of grape. And guess what? Those victims are not in the country. They can't be cross-examined. And they were interviewed by people that may or may not be purported experts or psychologists. The prosecution is using this in their file to go ahead and substantiate a charge of grape. Mind you, this girl, we know exactly who she is, right? She's from here in Miami. This chick is the same one that said, I was being held against my will, when in reality, she was cheating on her fucking boyfriend, did not want to admit that shit. So she lied to him. He calls the U.S. Embassy. They send the police and they come in and do all this search, etc. They say, oh, let's look at the video cameras. They look at the video cameras. What is this dumb bimbo doing? She's partying. She's drinking. She's dancing. She's hanging out. She leaves the fucking house to go get a goddamn pizza and comes back. Tell me, if you're a trafficking victim being held against your will, being kidnapped, you will leave the house, get some Uber Eats, and come back to your captors.
Common sense.
Wait,
what the fuck is going on?
Common sense, man.
Can I ask what flavor was the pizza?
Yo,
no,
guys,
flavor.
Do you not see? And then on top of that, they're saying there's 6 victims, and you got 2 girls here on the news saying, "Yo, we're not victims." Do you guys not see all the holes in the prosecution's case right now?
This is all clown world nonsense, man.
But the mainstream media is not going to report this to you guys. They're not going to go ahead and show, maybe these charges aren't substantiated. Like, are the witnesses credible? What's going on here? They don't have anything. This is why they don't want to give the file over to the defense, because they know if they give that file over to the defense, it's going to be brought out to the light that the Romanian government has no fucking credible evidence. The witnesses are shoddy at best, and they've been proven to already lie. One girl lied to her boyfriend and called the U.S. Embassy because she didn't want to be caught out on cheating. This is a fact. This isn't me just talking shit. Because if it was true that she was being held against her will back in April,
the video evidence would have showed it.
They would have arrested him back fucking then, but they didn't.
Right away.
Why not? Because they looked at the surveillance footage and they saw her leave the compound and come back after getting some food and partying with the friends and drinking alcohol and putting it all over her Instagram story. That's what got her caught.
The crazy part is that if that's the case, then why are they arresting them, bro? It's corruption, man.
And her boyfriend asked her, why are you at the Tate house? And instead of saying, you know what, man, I'm a whore and I want to suck some other dude's dick, my bad. What does she say? I'm being held against my will. This is the most egregious abuse of a justice system I have ever seen in my fucking life. In my 10 years plus of law enforcement experience, looking at evidence, interviewing witnesses, I have never seen this level of fucking clown world investigation, prosecution, and miscarriage of justice ever. Yeah. I've never seen this shit. Yeah, this is fucking credible. If Andrew and Tristan can't defend themselves, we fucking will. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
And the mainstream media is not going to tell y'all this shit.
What's the next move then if they're found to be falsifying these charges against Andrew and Tristan? What's the next move? Because at this point, they're not going to put it out to the news. I mean, we can put it out because it's our platform. But like, what's the next step? Because at this point, we know it's all bullcrap.
Yo, listen, man, this is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, the British consulate, the American consulate, y'all need to see what the hell is going on. This is a miscarriage of justice against American and British citizens.
Yeah.
This is bullshit. Incredible that it's even gotten this far. And the fact that no one else is reporting this tells me how strong the matrix is.
Yeah, they're not going to report it because the thing is that they want this man to be locked up. They don't support justice. They don't support good doings. That's why they want. That's why they're not going to report it. It's disgusting. I've said it before. Right?
Trying to fucking put Andrew and Tristan in jail. I've been told y'all this is cap weeks ago.
Yeah. But
now you guys have it. You guys are seeing it with your own two eyes.
In 4K.
In 4K. I've been told y'all these are bullshit charges. Oh, Myron, you're just saying that because Andrew and Tristan are your friends. You're biased. You can't be impartial in this. Like you don't understand. Like I saw clips of him talking about pimping hoes and all this other stuff from like 2018, 2019. You guys got to understand, man, that, and the lawyer addresses this as well in this interview. Like, so when you're a social media content creator, etc., right? You got to have charisma. You got to have the ability to command an audience. You got to be able to have some shock value, etc. So the way Andrew speaks and does things, right? He does it obviously because he's on the internet, marketing, etc. This is all marketing, guys. Okay? Do you really think he's out here doing this shit like pimping chicks and doing all this crazy shit in Romania, as they said? Like, no, bro, no.
Honestly, bro, this is kind of like, for example, when someone's online, right? They have a persona. That's his persona online. Of course, he's still the same person, but we're just saying it's for you guys.
It's got to be sensationalized to a degree.
Tell a story, which is true on some level, but it's like to him, you captivated, get you, with the story. The point is that like when Andrew speaks to you online, people say, "Oh, this is serious." How thought he's joking?
Yeah,
making fun of it. It's like satirical sometimes. So it's like you taking it personal, bro. It's just you.
Yeah, you can't take it like at 100% face value. You got to have a little bit of common sense and a little bit of social acuity to be able to be like, all right, decipher. All right, I get it. A little bit of showmanship, whatever. And the defense attorney, because here's the thing, they use that right to hold him for 30 days. Oh, he doesn't respect the Romanian government. He doesn't respect the law enforcement. Oh yeah, he talks about how he hangs out with mafia bosses. All this other bullshit. Blah 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 blah. We're gonna use that to hold him. Like they use that right against him to hold him, even though they didn't have evidence. They just said, oh, we think he's a flight risk, and they used all that. But the lawyer was arguing, yo, bro, like, come on, man. Like a social media persona does not necessarily mean that's how you are or all these. This is how it is.
Yeah. It's just sad because you can put that content for their agenda and make it work. So I get what they're doing.
Yeah,
but
and they're spinning the clips out of context too. Like they're not just like taking they're not just like they're not playing the whole thing. They're playing 10 seconds of it.
Yeah.
And be like, look at this, see? Oh, like the part where he's being extra animated or whatever. They take that. Oh, look, see? He's out here doing this. Look, it's according to his own word.
But you know what? This is dangerous.
It's crazy.
Before back in the day, you just get canceled for your clips. However, putting it in the court system, your clips, well, that's legal now. That's your life on the line. So overall, guys, like I'll just see this as like a hit piece on Andrew, 100%. But now it's in the legal system in Romania. It's even worse because now it's his life or his freedom, which to me is bullcrap because, dude, that means anybody can be tried for their videos online, which is wild.
And some of y'all talking about, oh, he wasn't paying up. Guys, there's girls that were poor that Andrew turned into millionaires.
Yeah.
There's girls that weren't making any money that they were getting paid 10, 20, 30K a month.
And even today, they're grateful for what he did for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all can say, oh, but what about him not paying him? Bro, he turned so many girls into fucking millionaires. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah. Someone got families too.
Yeah. And in Romania, bro, you make 10K a month in Romania?
Oh, you're rich. Balling. You a top G, for real. So.
And why? And think about it. If he was really such a pimp and such a bad person, why didn't these allegations come out 5, 7, 8 years ago at the height of his webcam career?
Oh, maybe it wasn't true.
Oh,
maybe it wasn't true.
They're coming now in April all of a sudden when they downsized everything from some random Moldovan hoe and some American chick. But it didn't come almost a decade ago when they were doing this stuff full time with 75 girls. So tell me how that makes sense.
And your Vice, bro. Talk about news and reporting, bro. That's the biggest false news I've seen yet. Like, you want to put it out now? Man, Vice need to chill out, bro.
All right. Real quick. So let's keep going here. Then we got a quick ad, a quick word from our sponsor.
Yeah.
All right. So y'all heard this. So the 6 victims. Let's go back to the clip real quick, Chris, at the hypothetical.
What time stamp?
Where we at right now?
25 minutes.
We're at 25 minutes.
Yep.
Okay, go to 26 minutes. And before we play, and this is crazy, guys, by the way, what you guys are about to hear right here about 26 minutes. Real quick, we'll run our ad because we got to run it. And then we'll show you guys this thing. This is another crazy piece of evidence here. We'll run it real quick. Quick word from our sponsor, guys. Give us 1 sec.
There you go.
All right, let's move fast.
This episode is sponsored by Rocket Money. 2022, when I am a witness, a house search takes place. All the computer systems in my house are seized. I cooperate with the criminal investigation authorities. I make requests for the return of part of my property so that this case can be dealt with swiftly, as it may affect my image and nothing happens. On December 29th, a search takes place in the same house. The objects that were the subject of the April search are seized again. Part of them returned, so April search are seized. Again, part of them returned, so they were the same. Some of them, yes, not quite the same, but some of them, yes. If I had a mobile phone return to me, let's say in July, now the same phone is seized again in December, there are no new facts in the prosecution.
Oh, man.
Documents between April 11th and December 29th. We are not talking about new facts or acts by the prosecution during the reference period. That was the question I wanted to ask you. These people obviously don't understand anything anymore. Sir, what prompted the prosecution body not to take such an action or throw out such a procedural quality on April 11th and prompted it on December 29th? Pause. There, right there, guys, is the $1 million question.
Yeah.
Y'all threw it out back in April, and now you guys are coming back here in December with no new facts. Because think about it, the witnesses are gone. They've been gone. The Moldovan and this chick, what happened?
Back in Miami.
Right? They're gone. And then you got these 6 witnesses and victims, which we already know 2 of them are like, what the fuck is going on here?
You know what had me? The tattoo part. Tattoo on my inner thigh owned by Andrew Tate. Owned by the Tates. Bro, really? Really, bro? Where's the proof? Show me the proof, bro.
Incredible.
Man.
Let's keep going. Maybe because there were no prior complaints. Well, let's say there were no prior complaints, or some statements would not have been transformed. The quality of some statements would not have changed somehow. Quality of some people into victims. But I go back and show there are no new elements. It is not about new. elements leading from my point of view as a defender. Obviously, the prosecution has a different position, but from my point of view as a lawyer, I say this. If I don't have new elements, what is the basis of the arrest proposal? Concrete social danger to public order on 223 second section, paragraph 2, second section Code of Criminal Procedure. That is to say, I rely on issues that support my theory that letting the defendant go free would be a concrete social danger to public order, would create a disadvantageous image of the execution of justice of the way justice is carried out. The defendant could evade prosecution and flee, or concerning the Tate brothers, even if we were dealing at that time on April 11, 2022 with an in rem prosecution, it was obvious that the criminal prosecution was following, right? Clear. And then if I know on April 11th that there is a file where prosecution documents are being made for an act of rape that targets me, they left the territory of Romania at least 6 times and returned and never ran away. What could have determined them in December to charge them the way they collaborate with the criminal investigation bodies? Because guys, remember, Andrew and Tristan did cooperate with the police and give them everything they needed.
Yeah.
Dude, they complied, came in, get them whatever they needed, and like you said before, and they let them go because they saw, okay, you know what? You guys are right. This was false.
Yeah. So what the hell is going on? Where is this is true. The witnesses clearly have not been in Romania since. So what new evidence do y'all have?
There's no evidence. That's the thing.
Okay. He goes, I understand that there are, however, in the motivated reasoning, some transcripts, shall we say, or certain fragments of discussions that would have taken place between them and the injured person, so to speak. And there are some, shall we say, statements made by one of the Tate brothers on certain social media channels from which the judge of rights and freedoms retained that there was a contempt for law and for women in general. Those seem to have weighed quite heavily in convincing the judge to grant the arrest warrant. Pause. So what did I tell you guys before? I called it, 2 weeks ago now, that they were not going to hold the Tate brothers on actual evidence. They were going to hold them on their social media interviews, suspicion, and their ability to flee because they have multiple passports and money. It was not going to be on real evidence. It was going to be on, I think that they can leave. And what happened? That is exactly what they used to hold them. Not evidence, but rather social media posts and them saying that they have passports and money. That's what got them held.
Yeah.
Okay? Because you guys already see, we've looked at the real evidence. Victims, almost non-existent.
2 of the girls
statements,
don't even want to be victims.
2 of the victims don't even want to be victims. The 2 girls that are claiming grape, where are they? We don't even have a real statement from them. They have some expert testimony with some expert interview. What? From people that we don't even know if they're necessarily experts?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And this is where the lawyer goes into how, obviously your social media persona isn't necessarily you. And and he talks about how, the marketing and everything else, which we discussed before. So, and they talk about that kind of throughout the rest of the interview.
You can watch the full interview,
we can always go watch the full interview.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to hit some of the high points here. So let's go on Twitter real quick because they actually have this interview summarized on there too. I'm going to run through it real fast for y'all on there, and then we're going to talk about Vice and close this thing out because Vice, they're also a bunch of idiots as well.
Stupid.
So go all the way up to the top, Chris. All right. So we're going to run through this, guys. So as you guys know, Eugene Videnak also talks about the absolutely unusual situation in which the U.S. Embassy in Bucharest is in the conditions in which it notified the criminal investigation bodies regarding the kidnapping and seizure of an American citizen by Tate brothers. But at the same time, it is obliged to provide consular assistance to the 2 defendants.
All we know right now is that they don't have any evidence, and they're trying to make it seem as if the Tate brothers, Tristan and Andrew, are guilty. It's disgusting, bro.
To have American and British citizenship. 3, the lawyer says that he requested the confirmation of the victims with Andrew and
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up in a few minutes. We're gonna skip to the end, man.
that she didn't get paid.
And also Tristan knew it was funky because he told us, like, bro, this guy was acting, moving weird. We knew that off rip he was like on some other shit.
Yeah.
So he knew.
Yeah.
But
So it just goes to show, I'm telling you, man, the mainstream media, they're a bunch of snakes, man. Treachery. Like I've told you guys before, there's a couple of things that are unacceptable. One of them is treachery. They opened their home to him, not only in Romania, but also in Dubai for the interview. And what did he do? He tried to paint Andrew in a bad light. You guys can watch the clip. It's fucking cringe. how, oh, well, shouldn't you apologize for your statements before, blah, 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 getting to him to apologize? You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the fucking flagrant interview that we did with
Ambush.
with Andrew and Akash, how they were trying to get us to apologize over our statements. Which, by the fucking way, I saw them talk about Andrew, which we agree with Andrew on 99% of the stuff, but they're going to go ahead and take Andrew's side on some of the points that they were arguing with us about.
I wonder why.
Tell me how that doesn't make sense.
It's all about who you like, apparently.
Flagrant are a bunch of fucking clowns, man, and they know they are. Yeah. Like, they're a bunch of fucking clowns, bro. Like, literally, like, oh, yo, we disagree with y'all on this and this and this. And then as soon as they talk about Andrew, oh, no, we agree with him on this. Bro, those are the same points that you guys argued with us on. The fuck? The hell? This doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make sense. But again, this is what a lot of people do. They bring you on their platform. They try to get you to, apologize or, look a certain way, try to demonize you, whatever. And that's exactly what Vice tried to do with Andrew. And they failed. That's exactly what Flagrant tried to do with us. And they also fucking failed.
They want a viral
made themselves look like clowns.
I'm going to go viral.
Trying to virtue signal all this other bullshit. Well, not all women are like that. And you guys are scared of women and you guys are being a little too defensive. Andrew says the same fuck.
This is the thing, though. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Woke family, when you're as a masculine man, when you start to spread the truth about everything that's underneath the light, they're gonna try to shame you, call you an incel, call you a racist, call you a neo-Nazi, call you an incel. It is what it is, right? You got to accept it and understand that you're spreading the truth, and God sees what you're doing, and He's gonna bless you accordingly. You feel me?
Fucking shit we say about women in modern day relationships and marriages, yet y'all agree with him. Fucking clowns, bro. Ridiculous.
We got some chats here.
All right. So, rumors of the wiretaps. Let's all keep in mind, elites replicated Joe Rogan using AI. This is not a stretch. They would go to three lengths. Oh, Great Lengths.
I think that's what he meant.
Spelled it wrong. Yeah. Go to Great Lengths agenda to.
It's clear. Destroy families, weaken men, easy to control weak men, payouts to women, Kavanaugh and Trump. There you go. Jayhawks. We have here as well. Daniel says, gross violation of judicial process. First Tory, now the Tates. The government is ultimately liable and must be held accountable. They need support from the public as well. Thoughts and prayers to the Tates. Well said. That's it.
And we have one more.
Cool. All right. And then UZ Photo says, Fresh and Fit crew, I just sent you all a message on Instagram from Corey.travels explaining how you and the Tates literally helped save my life. Hope you get a chance to read it. See you at the party. Shout out to you, bro.
Yeah, we'll see y'all at the party. Speaking of which, guys, by the way, we just got some more new spots. We switched the venue up. We're gonna have the party. You want to tell them?
Yes, let's say it. Actually, you know what? Let's have you say it.
Me? Okay. Guys, we're going to have the party. We ended up getting a better venue. It's not going to be at a rooftop. It's going to be on a mega yacht instead.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's going to be on a mega yacht, guys. So we actually got some more spots for you. Yeah, on the water.
Yeah.
So guys, it's going to be this Saturday. If you guys want to come to the party, go ahead and get the tickets. We'll put the links in the chat for y'all.
Yeah.
Contact Christina on Instagram.
Yeah.
Christy Rojas, if they got any questions.
Actually, because it's on the mega yacht, we can add more people.
Yes.
So now there's more open spots because it was pretty much sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, if you want to go ahead, we're gonna do a free meetup. So if you don't have to pay $1, if you want to just meet us, we're gonna meet with y'all for about an hour and shake hands and
we'll do that
shoot
on the Friday,
guys
which
on
is
the
the
Friday
13th.
prior to the party, and then on the 14th we're gonna have the party on a mega yacht here in Miami. So it's gonna be lit, man. We have I think 300 some spots. So we got some new spots that are opened up. Because the rooftop, we didn't have enough spots for y'all to get officially throw the party. So
and we'll drop the location the day of. Okay, for your protection on ours as well. Just
all right, they're talking about something else. Listen, woke family, I hope this clears up everything in regards to what's going on with the Tates right now, in regards to the trafficking allegations, and you guys have seen it yourself. The evidence is there. So we're gonna end up doing another live tomorrow. So y'all stay tuned for that. But listen, this coming in this live stream. If y'all like this live stream, make sure you go spam that like button, leave comments, share this live stream with your friends, subscribe to the channel at Wokebucks, WOKEEBUKS. Tap the notification bell to get all the latest videos that I post. Patreon link will be down in the description below, and so will social media links. So make sure you'll give those a check. But without further ado, this coming in this live stream.